This is Andrew Souther. He is an alumni of 2010 at Kingswood, and he has started his own company called 603 Motorwerks, and he's going to talk to you about building his own company and how successful it is and anything else he wants to share with you.
All about me. That's it. How many of you guys, let me just get an idea, who's in the automotive or wants to stay in it? Nice. Okay. Anybody here want to do anything else, entrepreneurship, starting their own business, starting their own company at some point? Automotive, non-automotive? Okay, good. I'll give you a quick rundown of kind of what I did. I graduated here in 2010, went to UTI right out of school. So I had a group of friends. We were all friends, playing sports, all that fun stuff. Then all of a sudden I graduated, had shit grades, realistically. Graduated, and all my friends were going off to college. I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? Automotive was always a plan B for me. So my mom, I'm 18 years old, my mom kicks me out of the house. She's like, you gotta get out of here. Nothing good going on here. Saw a UTI commercial, I signed up. Went there, got the whole tour, dude, they sold me immediately. I was trying to do a timing belt on my Audi, and screwed it up, bent the valves, ruined the car. So from there, went to UTI, found what's called All Data. I think you guys use Mitchell or something like that. Was like, whoa, dude, there's all this information, you can get to it. So signed up, got into UTI, found out they had a BMW program, and I said, yes, this is my goal right here. I want to join BMW. How UTI works, you have three weeks of one class, and they kind of just spit you out anywhere, and you kind of have to show up. I did the morning session because I had to work in the afternoon. So 6 a.m., I'd have to be there. Ended up graduating with perfect attendance, thank goodness. I had a buddy, though. Smart as could be, already in the field. He signed up with me. He signed up, I met him there. We hit it off quick. We were like, dude, let's get 4.0 GPAs. Let's do it. Perfect attendance, man. We're both going to BMW Stroud. He lasted 3 months. Still in the same spot. Talked to him here and there on Facebook. He's like, hey, dude, you're doing it, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What's going on? How you doing it? I'm like, dude, I showed up. What are you doing? He's still at home, still living his life the same exact way as he did. He got comfortable. He's sitting there, he's comfortable. I don't know what's going on. Otherwise, his mom's enabling it, family enabling it, whatever. You can't get comfortable. You want to shoot off, you want to go do whatever it is, you got to set these goals. You got to make these goals and make sure these goals scare the living shit out of you guys. Honestly, that's how you keep moving going forward. So, I get into graduate UTI, I'm valedictorian, I'm doing my little speech. I'm going through, to get into BMW, I had to take these tests. I'm trying to take these tests, I'm not getting it. I'm getting discouraged. I'm like, what the heck? I get in touch with the leader of BMW North America. I'm number one in my class. By then, I'm working part-time in the automotive field for a GM dealership. I had 2 bays myself, didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was a diagnostic guy. I had no idea, but I learned I had a multimeter. I knew how to do that. So I passed school, have everything I need to go to BMW to BMW. Nothing. Can't get through this damn test. I'm like, what the heck? I'm getting discouraged. BMW Stratums out there, I shoot them an email. I'm like, what do I have to lose? They get in touch with me. Hey, Andrew, we want to hire you. I want to work there. I said, no way. Finally, they say, all right, we want to hire you. I go, I leave, move back here. They put it on pause. I'm like, what's going on? I take a month off. I'm not hearing anything. Nothing's happening. So from there, I go work for Portsmouth Ford. Then I get a phone call. I'm at Portsmouth Ford for a month, working on stuff I didn't want to do at the time. Get a phone call, hey, Andrew, it's BMW Stratum. We want to pick you. We want to hire you. Yes. I quit my job right then and there. I said, screw this, I'm out of here. Go to BMW Stratum. I was getting paid $16 an hour at Portsmouth Ford. BMW Stratum gave me 12 bucks. It was my goal, though. I had to get there. I liked their innovate. I liked their electrical, all that good stuff. Worked for BMW Stratum, have a falling out, wanted to go expand, go to the independent world. I worked for this independent BMW Concord Motorsport. They're no longer there now. It was an hour commute. Got a little bit of a raise going over there. Shot over there. Did started working on everything, getting to know the area. He hired me and another guy my age out of Audi. We were killing it. We both got fired the same day. 1 calendar year later, we both got fired. We're like, what the heck? He said, no, you guys don't really have it. We want to do fabricating. We want to go into this direction, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. This is a part of my stepping stone, what I call is a dot. You set these dots. How are you going to get there? I knew I wanted to have a shop at some point. But I needed the education. I needed to learn. I needed to figure out how the heck I was going to do it. So I set this dot up. That dot gets erased. I'm floating. I got to hit the next dot. I look up, what's the #1 shop in New Hampshire? At the time, it was DuPont's. Not hiring. Got in touch with DuPont's. Did a couple of interviews. They fired someone, hired me. Got in there, learned the independent field, started to learn everything. Did 2 years there, 3 years there later. Went out, visited my parents' house, found this little shop that was vacant. It was just being built. It was for a boat thing. And I said, hey, I want to do a shop. I'm doing it right now. I'm opening it right now in here. Opened up a shop, used my previous work history, bought my house, quit my job immediately the day I bought my house. I had $2,000. Put it all into this shop. I had about $300. Had nothing. Had no customers. Had a dream, had a goal. Had no idea what to do. Reality hit me quick. So from that point on, I said, dude, I got to figure this out, man. Friends and families, they're great and stuff, but I mean, they're not going to pay all your bills. So I start going to the bar. I'm handing out cards. I'm like, hey, guys, look at this. I got this whole shop idea. I got this shop. I just opened up this shop. Give me a shot. No one was calling me. So then what I started doing was getting their phone numbers. Everyone's drunk. They love to talk about themselves. They give you your phone number. Get their phone numbers, write them all down. Come Monday, I'm calling each one. Hey, I can come pick up your car. I can come pick it up. So I end up going that, word of mouth, one thing leads to another. Boom, we start expanding, start growing. I started in one little bay, went to another bay. From there, man, we started offering services that nobody else offers, which is the biggest thing that you can do is don't just sit there and try to say, I'm going to do an oil change at a cheaper amount of money, or I'm going to do brakes at less money, or I'm going to do this. No, you got to offer services that nobody else offers. That's how you get people in the door. Invest into an alignment machine. I said, we're going to start doing alignments. Nobody was doing alignments. So we're going to start doing alignments. Why not? Started doing the alignments, getting involved with that. New customers start showing up because other shops start referring you. Then you go, okay, once we get those customers, boom, we're going to hit it. Get those customers, and from there on, you just kind of grow. Right now, we're in the process, so we got 5 bays going in our current location. We're expanding that place. Just opening up this week, we literally just opened up another location in Wakefield. Same thing, small 3-bay shop. Hiring right now, we're looking for techs, we're looking for service advisors and everything. We're going to get into now the technical side of this stuff. Question? Yeah, we did. Yep.
How age are you guys hiring at?
What's that?
What age are you guys hiring at?
We can talk about it afterwards. But yeah, I'd love to talk about that stuff. We're hiring everything as long as everybody shows up. That's all it comes down to. It's showing up. There's a acronym right now that I like to use, and it's AIM. You have action, inspiration, and then motivation. Action, inspiration, motivation, back up to action. What that means here, take this note, dude. This is going to change your life. Everyone sits around all day long just waiting for some motivation from inspiration to get inspired, or to start to go and do the next thing that you want to do. F that. I'll be real here. Action first. First, act on it. Do whatever. You got to do something. Move, whether it be in the field that you want to be in, out of the field, you've got to do something. Because with that, it goes to you get inspired. Hey, look, I want to go do something else. I want to go grow, I want to move on. Then you start to get motivated, and then you start to get traction, you start to get momentum, everything starts to connect, and then it goes back up to action again. The best thing that you guys can do right now is to honestly, get independent. Get independent, Get hungry. Stay hungry. Start looking around. Work every day. Work for yourself. Work for yourself. Get out on your own. Live on your own. And start to think about, what the heck do I want to do for the rest of my life? Do any of you guys have an idea right now what you want to do? Like a permanent, dead idea of what you want to do right now? Good. How many of you guys have a few different ideas of something you might want to do? What are some of the, what's your idea?
I like welding.
All right, attaboy. We need welders. Yep. Some people have an idea. What do you want to do? No questions asked.
Aviation mechanic.
Really? Dude, attaboy.
Firefighter.
Nice.
Auto service technician.
Okay. So that's easy. That's right in my area pretty much. So there's something called, so you have entrepreneurship and then you have intrapreneurship. So entrepreneurship is you get out and you start your own shop, you start your own business, no matter what it is. And you kind of get out and you go out and find work or find whatever, you grow this plan. Then you have intrapreneurship. Intrapreneurship is pretty much like, if you can picture an umbrella company that kind of supports, that kind of gives you that, like sales, for example. Like salespeople go out and they go find their new clients. They go find, they learn about the product. They might even get another product through their own company and go push it on other people. That's intrapreneurship. Welding, for example, great example of intrapreneurship. So, and entrepreneurship, of course. But if you get into, say, the automotive field and you start getting into the fabricating side of stuff, and then you personally are the one that's the welder in that town, and you're working for this particular company, then you start getting your own welding truck underneath that company, and then you start going out and start expanding, getting your clients, getting your customers. That's entrepreneurship. That's using some other company, an umbrella company, or using like financial backing in another way of getting you out there and getting you out and helping you go into that field and growing your name. So entrepreneurship is a great option, but it's an even better option to even go out on your own after that. You can go out from once you become an entrepreneur, you can stay there and grow it, then start hiring underneath, or you can go and grow, or you can go step away and say, hey, I'm going to go buy my own welding truck. I'm going to go get my own shop, and I'm going to put my own sign out in front of that yard. So you have options. You have options. There are different ways to get there. So if you set your goal, you said you wanted to be an automotive technician. So setting a goal of being an automotive technician is a great idea. It's a great spot. But what I like to see is setting a goal higher than being an automotive technician. Because there's an old saying, like shoot for the moon, you land amongst the stars or something like that. And it's pretty true. So you set your goal to be an automotive technician. Guess what? You're going to graduate this school. You might go to a trade school or something and just go leave or go join another, go start working right out of high school, and you're now an automotive technician. You're there. Your goal, you've met your goal. That's an easy goal to hit. But let's set that goal even higher. Let's say, I want to be a #1 automotive technician for BMW of Daytona, Florida, where they have 150 techs in a 5-level auto repair shop or something like that. Let's set goals like that. Let's set goals that literally scare the shit out of you guys. Those are the goals to hit. Because if you sit there and you keep these goals small, you're going to stay relatively small. If you actually love and enjoy what you're doing, push them up. Push them up as high as you can. Honestly, that's the way. And you set these little dots up. I like to do here's where I want to be. Let's just say I want to be the #1 tech. So I'm just using this as an example. We have all these little dots of how we're going to get there. And then this is me here. I want to be the #1 tech. How am I going to do that? Okay, I'm going to go to school. Let's just say we go to school. All right, and then we go from school and we go up here and we go to work for a dealership. So we say dealer. And then we go from the dealership and We might take a jump this way, take a pay cut or something, go down here and be like the independent, like the route that I did. And then we can jump over and just say, you know what, I want to get into fabricating or something, so we shoot over here and get into fabricating. And then we go, okay, now we're educated. We got our ASCs, we're master certified, all that good stuff. We go from there, now we get fabricating, now we start fabricating, now we're doing roll cages. And then now the speed shop, little speed shop up in Watkins Glen, right at the track, right? The racetrack's hiring. Now they want you. They're like, dude, you have all these credentials, let's do that. Now we hire you, now you're doing our roll cages, now you're tuning, now you're blowing up the shop, you're blowing up your name, and then you go and take a step up here and you go work for, who knows, JRE Racing down South Carolina. You start working for them. Now you're traveling. You're running the whole crew. Now you're looking at becoming the #1 tech. It's relative. How are you going to do it? How are you going to get there? Get to be that #1 tech? And thank you. That's a great example. That example works for me. That's easy because I mean that's pretty much what I do. I throw these dots all over the place and I figure out how I'm going to do it. Right now, as you all know, you can do literally anything. You want to be a comedian? You can go to a comedian store or the comedy store, as Rogan always talks about. I don't know if you guys know about him, but he started off in the comedy store in Massachusetts. You can go there and just start flipping burgers there, start running the grill, get your foot in the door somehow, and then start growing within. It's really, what's nice right now is that you have the ability to take off and do whatever you want to do. Your brain is always developing. You're constantly growing. You can go out, you can get into auto, you can get into body shop, you can become an electrician, you can become a plumber. You guys know all that stuff. What's cool about automotive, though, side note, is you do electrical there, you do HVAC, you do a little plumbing with the hydraulic systems, but you do a little bit of everything, which keeps it interesting. Another thing that I like to talk about is that whatever risks you decide to take in life, you always can go back to wherever you once were. So say you go out and right now you're a cook, you've been a cook for a while, and you're like, dude, I just can't do this anymore. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Oh, I really had an interest in being a sailor, really had an interest in boat mechanics or something. You can take that step and just get into that field somehow. Take a risk, move, go, travel, get the heck out of here. Go on Indeed, you go on anywhere, all these different sites and stuff, and just find something that you might want to do. Don't chase the pay, chase the education. What is it you possibly want to do? You can go do all that stuff. If it doesn't work out, you just take a step back and you're back here where you were. You can go back to work in, whether it be kitchen or whatever. And then you can say, hey, at least I've tried, at least I did it, and I gave it a shot. I think what you guys are going to find, though, when you give something a shot, you're not going to give up. Because once you make that decision, that conscious decision to make that change and make that move, you get inspired. Then you start to be like, dude, wow, let's do this. What are we going to do? How am I going to do it? And you start to just look out. You never know what's going to happen in the future. You just never do. So you can constantly go. How many of you guys are seniors right now? And then junior, any freshmen? Sophomore? Nice. See, we got a mix of everything. Good. Seniors right now, you're in that phase where this is the end of your year, this is the end of it, and then you get to go out and choose and figure out what it is you're going to do. It's an interesting one. I mean, it's all of a sudden you don't have to wake up and hop on the bus. It's a wild thing. Are any of you looking into college at all? Yeah, a little bit. I signed up for college. Didn't get in anywhere. I went to NHTI for about 3 months and got kicked out of there, stopped showing up to that. I was going to be an engineer. It wasn't my plan, I guess. So there's a saying that they say goes, a whole fake it till you make it plan. And I like to say, be it till you become it. And what that is, the fake it till you make it kind of gets you thinking that you're just a fraud. You get that little fraud feeling. I've certainly had that. So be it till you become it is you want to be a technician until you become a technician. And it's you're going to sign up, you're going to go to training, you're going to go to school, blah, 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 and then you're going to become that technician. So be it till you become it it's a powerful statement, and it reigns very true, because a lot of people you'll notice when you go out and go do your whatever it is you want to do on your own, you get imposter syndrome is what it's called. So a lot of people get that. It's like, oh, you feel like you're not really deserving, you don't really feel comfortable doing this, blah, blah, blah. That's just how that's called. That's imposter syndrome. You do deserve it because nobody else here is doing it. So be it till you become it. Remember that. And I'm going to give you guys a tip. I'm going to give you guys the best tip I can for success. Here's the secret. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. That's it. That's all you got to do. Go out there and tell the damn truth. Sit there, you tell them, okay, your car's going to take X amount of time, blah, 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 blah. Communicate to them, let them know what's going on. Let me see, what else, what are some ideas, what are some things that you guys want to do? Someone just spit something out for me. How are you going to become a firefighter?
Fire academy. Depends on a lot of fronts. I already do it now. Go to the fire academy. I can go to college. There's a million ways to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely is. Where do you want to be a firefighter? Do you want to be it locally?
Wherever the wind takes me. I've thought about the city. I've thought about staying local.
Yeah, good for you. I have a friend that does it out of Boston right now. He commutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great thing to get into. It's something that nobody really wants to get into, honestly. What do you guys want to do?
Carpentry, automotive.
Yeah, you. Automotive and power sports. Carpenters. I mean, you guys have it easy. I had it easy. Really, I graduated in 2010. It was getting into the turn. Carpenters right now, everybody's hiring. Everybody's looking. Do you swing hammers now?
Yep.
You do, attaboy. Good for you. Yeah, good. Keep doing it. Same thing. Take that leap. Take that step. Move to that next spot. A&P, is that what you were talking about doing? Yeah. How are you going to do that?
I already looked at colleges over in Europe to get a degree.
Europe? Why Europe?
Because my parents are from there.
Really?
I can get it paid for through the government.
Right. Embry-Riddle, have you looked into Embry-Riddle?
They're really expensive.
They are, yeah. I was looking to become a pilot because I still don't know what the heck I want to do for a living. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm just doing this. I love it, passionate about it, but every day can change, and you get the opportunity where you can do whatever else you want to do. It's really a powerful place to, that's the whole thing, purpose of life, is that you can get out and go do it all. A&P, I don't know anybody that's an A&P. My stepdad actually did it for like 2 years and then dropped out.
I know a guy who getting my pilot's license who is an A&P.
Really? Are you getting your license now? How many hours?
I got 20 right now.
Wow, good for you. Well on your way. So, do any of you guys live on your own yet? Good. Any of you have plans to kind of get out? Get out ASAP? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Something that I find is that, so I had this individual apply for a job a few months ago, and he showed up. He started, so he was doing great. I offered him $6 more than what he's making right now. That's how much I liked the cat. I liked him. So we were trading off emails. He kept coming up. what ended up happening was his mom got involved. And his mother actually said, hey, I just want my son to stay where he's at right now. I don't want him to do anything else. And it caught me completely off guard. I was not expecting that at all. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not my decision. But I thought, what the heck? what fuels such a decision like that? I find that people around you can hold you back, and they will hold you back. When you grow, when you try to succeed, or while you're succeeding and while you're doing it, people around you, important people around you, are going to sit there and they're going to have an opinion. And that opinion can be, you can take it two ways. You can take it to heart, listen to it, or you can kind of just throw it off. And I like to say, like, I listen to it, but I put it aside, because what people like to do is they like to keep you in that same spot. They like to keep you guys all at the same level that they're at. When you try to go and take that step out to move forward, people around you, close friends, relatives, everything, relatives, all of them, they're gonna give you input. They're gonna say, "Oh, I don't think you should go do that. Oh, you're gonna open up a shop. You're gonna open up a repair shop." My old boss, talked so much crap to me when I went to go do my things. Like, "You're not ready. You can't do it. You can't do it." But I knew I could do it. I knew I could. But he sat there for so long and said, "You're not as good as me. You can't do this." Well, guess what? I just hired 2 of his top guys. I'm doing it. Pissed me off. So, family members, friends, all that fun stuff, they're going to sit there and they're going to tell you all this different stuff. What you guys need to do right now is make the decisions on your own. All of the decisions on your own. All of them. Now, if you don't want to live a life in someone else's, if you don't want to live a life in their shoes, don't take advice from them, honestly. If the person around you is telling you what to do, and they have a life and they're living a life that doesn't meet your goal and your standards, don't put too much effort into what they have to say. I've got mentors right now. These mentors are huge to me, and I've been fortunate enough to meet them through, living in this area. It's nice because I work on the Marriott stuff, JRE racing. I bought an E36 M3 track car off of this company after these people. Gave me a heck of a deal. Rebuilt the engine. I did a ton of work to it, getting it back on the track. These people are my mentors too. I can get in touch with them and I ask them, "Hey, what do you think about this idea? What do you think about that idea?" Unfortunately, I don't ask my friends, because they already told me basically not to do whatever it is I've ever wanted to do. Family members, parents too, they didn't like this. They want you to stay comfortable. They don't understand, they can't grasp what you have that's different than what they have. And it's tough, and that's what makes it really, really tough, is that when you have important people around you, friends and family especially, telling you that you can't do something, because you all can, and you can, and it just takes that will. There's what's the saying? Anyone know the saying with luck? It's like when how's it go? When opportunity meets persistence, that's luck. That's when you're persistent about going somewhere in life, and then finally that opportunity arises for you. That's luck. That's what luck is. It's part of visualizing. You need to visualize where you want to be in the future. Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself in the future? That's the thing. Right now, I have a goal. I envision this goal. It's a crazy goal. I envision this goal that in 10 years, I'm going to own 15 automotive shops. Right now, I'm on shop number 2. My whole plan originally was to have just one shop, but I got bored. I hit that goal. The issue with that goal was that once you hit that goal, you kind of just sit there and you just tread water. You don't really do anything else. You start to go into a little bit of a depression, because you've had so much drive going to that. You hit there, you're there, and now you just flatten out. You see people all around you. All around people their goals were low. Their goals are too low. They're treading water right now. You want your goals to scare the crap out of you. By the time I get to 15 shops in 10 years, I'm going to do it. I'm absolutely going to do it. But the goal isn't going to stop there. It's going to move to that next step. It's going to move to something else. Either more, bigger, who knows? Maybe I start to work on 15 airplanes. Maybe I have 15 airplane shops. Who knows? You can go anywhere. Start to move those goals. The goals have to scare you guys. They absolutely, absolutely do. Habits. Building good habits. So, right now, let me tell you my morning routine. I got this from a book. I never read books in my life. I read a ton of books now. But books are nice too, because self-help books, because what they do is they kind of like they align with your plan and your goals and where you want to be. So it's nice when you got a bunch of people around you that don't meet your standards. You can read about how other people do it. It's great. Building habits. My routine right now is I wake up at 5 a.m. I work out. I exercise. Then I study. I'll read, whatever. Get a breakfast in. Go to the shop. I'm wired. I'm energized. Take a cold shower too. But I go to the shop. You're running full sprint. You're in the shop. You show up there and you be the best person that you can be. The reason why I exercise is because, and stay active, is because you guys all probably know people that are in their 50s and 60s and 70s that are just sore. They're just grunting when they get out of their vehicles. They go, oh, I've been doing this for so long. I'm getting so old. They pull that whole game. And I'm telling you guys, you don't want to be that person. You got to stay loose, stay flexible. When you get stressed out, when you're going and driving and to hit your goals, you're going to have a lot of what I call escapes. There's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to want to do, whether it be playing video games, going out and having fun. See a lot of people that turn to alcohol. A lot of these successful people are heavy drinkers, and they really start to kill themselves. I have this guy, he's an HVAC guy, man. He just retired from Massachusetts, came up here, worked his whole life to get his lake house. He had a stroke. Say 4 months after retirement. He's not the same person anymore. Didn't take care of his health. Didn't take care of himself. It's important, it's extremely important to take care of yourselves and take care of your mental and physical health. Mental health, when you do this, when you take these leaps in life, you're going to be stressed. You get really, really stressed out. And when you don't have support by the people around you, it stresses you out even more. It can lead to a lot of stuff, to lead to a lot of different things. So you got to take care of yourselves. Get to know yourselves. Get to know, what are you good at? What are you not good at? Once you start hiring, once you start working with teams, you want to make sure that you want to get people around you that are better than you at what you're not good at. I didn't do where I'm at right now. It's not because of me. It's not because I'm so good at doing these things. It's because the people around me are good at doing what they're good at. And they can pick up the slack and the stuff that I'm not so good at. So keep up the health, visualize, set those goals, and keep moving forward with whatever it is you guys all want to do. I think that automotive is a fantastic route to go into. What do you guys take? What are your takes on the automotive industry? Where do you guys think it's heading?
Wrong direction.
Yeah, electric. Yeah. I heard the other day there's Mazda's working on this technology that uses like sound waves that you can retrofit through the combustion engine somehow. I don't know enough about it, but it's an interesting, so it's a zero emission and it fuels itself with its own exhaust basically. Yeah, it's a very strange, I don't know enough about it, but it's just now came out a couple days ago. What are the takes? So you guys say electric. Why do you think it's the wrong direction?
Battery technology is not where it's supposed to be.
I agree. It's what? Yeah. Yeah. Repeat the question.
Or just repeat the answer if they have the answer.
Sure, sure. So some of the issues you guys think. I'm curious to think what you guys are in touch with what's going on. You guys are more in touch than I am, I'd say. So some of the it's the wrong technology because of battery. You think that battery systems aren't quite there?
Battery technology progresses farther where capacity and range is improved to the point of gas-powered cars.
Yep.
And we can charge batteries faster, so we don't have as much downtime on stuff like that.
Sure.
Then, yeah, it's good.
Now, do you think the technology is going to lead there? Going to get there?
In a long time, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about battery technology or electric cars? Do you think it's the right route?
I don't know. It's just you're still using all these fossil fuels to dig up all the materials to make these batteries. You know, you're using these big diesel equipment and digging up all the materials to make that. I
Right.
don't really think it's efficient.
Right.
Personally.
Alternative fuels is a better way to go than electric.
Yeah.
If you could,
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen, hydrogen, all those.
Yeah.
Even if we can make methane cars, that
Right.
would be a lot better for the environment than electric.
Now, do you guys think that it's worth learning about the electric vehicles? Attaboy. Good. Yeah. Good answer. Right. 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 Do you think it's going to stay? No. Right.
If something can outclass electric vehicles, then which I see alternative fuel being better than electric in many ways.
Right. No, I agree. This reminds me a lot of the fuel injection era, where customers were doing, shop owners were, and cars were making the transition in the 80s and 90s and stuff into fuel injection from carburation. And I think that you're in the right spot. You need to learn the electric stuff. No matter either way, you need to learn it. I have to learn it too, unfortunately, and I say that because I'm comfortable. The idea is to be uncomfortable, but so I think that there's a lot of good opportunity right now for those of you looking into going the automotive route to get good at the electric cars, to get good at the brushless motors, and to get good at how they operate, how they function, and diagnostic-wise. Because there's going to be a lot of shops coming up that aren't going to make that transition. I've talked to a ton of shop owners, and they're just not willing to do it, and the people working for them aren't willing to do it. And that just opens up that door tremendously for all of you to get into. It really gives you guys all that opportunity, and I think electric is here to stay. It's getting a ton of funding. You can control the cars a lot more. I'm actually hearing too that some cars are going to have monthly subscriptions to certain heated seats you have to pay a monthly subscription to. Isn't that wild? Yeah. Exactly.
Do you
Yeah.
have any questions, direct questions for Andrew about his path or things that he's done or
What's
things
that?
that he talked about? Does anybody have any questions?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where exactly is your shop in Wakefield?
The Wakefield shop is 2063 Wakefield Road. It's, what's that?
What age are you hiring at?
All ages.
Sweet.
Come on, guys. Did you listen to me? I don't. You'll have to show up. Yeah, the Wakefield location, that's a new venture. So there's a lot that's changed. January 1st is when it's really going to open up. Right now we're doing a lot of overflow stuff from the Tuftonboro shop.
Good morning, Kingswood. Mr. Tokyo.
Thank you all for coming. And if you have any questions, email me at
Report to the lecture hall.
603motorworks@gmail.com. If you want to talk about the Wakefield spot or any of that good stuff. But I appreciate your time, and I hope to God that somebody takes that initiative and goes out and does something and becomes the best person that you can be.